What up, everybody? It's your boy Bravo. I'm here to give my predictions for the David Benavidez versus Zurdo Ramirez fight tonight. There's three fights that I'm mainly focusing on, and that's the Oscar Duarte versus Angel Fierro. Then we have Jaime Munguia versus Armando Resendez. We all know all three of those fights are going to be bangers tonight. We'll start off with the Oscar Duarte versus Angel Fierro. I do have Oscar Duarte winning this fight. Just because I believe he's a better technical fighter than Angel Fierro. He, boxes a little bit better than Angel. Angel is a very come-forward type of guy, and so is Oscar Duarte. They've also shared the ring together before. They were both in the Robert Garcia camp for a bit. Oscar Duarte is still there. Angel Fierro was there just for the Isaac Cruz match. But, of course, Angel Fierro got sick right before the fight, so that fight never happened. Oscar Duarte has been stopped by Ryan Garcia, I believe in the 8th round. He got hit with the left hook and he wasn't able to recover, so the ref stopped it. Angel Fierro has never been stopped in any of his fights. I believe he has like 28 wins, and he has 5 losses. He has been floored by Albert Machado, but it was a short notice, so I can't really give him too much on that. But again, they're both knockout artists, and I'm pretty excited for that fight. After that, we have Jaime Munguia versus Armando Resendez. Armando's coming out from a great win. He got upset of the year against Caleb Plant, and Plant couldn't just come up with anything on Resendez's right hand. Kept hurting him throughout the fight, outboxing him even in some points of the fight, which is not too common for Armando Resendez. He's a very come-forward type of guy. He has been stopped by Elijah Garcia. He was knocked out, I believe, in the 10th round. I'm not too sure what round it was, but we all know that Jaime Munguia was knocked out by Bruno Sorace. I might get a lot of hate for this, but I can't really talk too much on Jaime Munguia's KO. He had fought 4 times. That was his 4th time fighting that year. So your body gets worn out from taking a beating throughout the time, and the fight before that was with Canelo Alvarez, which he was dropped, I believe, in the 3rd round. But a knockout's a knockout, so Bruno did his thing to Jaime. And the rematch, I thought Jaime Munguia was gonna really take it, but it wasn't that much of an exciting fight, to tell you the truth. I don't think he kind of recovered from that knockout. I believe he was a little too cautious in the rematch versus Bruno. Then after that, he dropped dirty for his the PEDs, and he's over here fighting for a title now. But whatever, it's boxing, so we can't do nothing about it. They're giving us some good fights for the Cinco de Mayo weekend. So again, I am going to go with Jaime Munguia on this, or it might just end up as a draw the way Christian and Billy and Lester Martinez did. They're both come forward, but they can both also box off the back foot. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see. After that, we have the main card, David Benavidez versus Zurdo Ramirez. David is going up 25 pounds to try to get the belts from Zurdo. I hear everybody thinking that David's going to walk through Zurdo, but Zurdo has done really, really well in the cruiserweight decision ever since he lost to Dimitri Bivol. He went up. His first fight was against Joe Smith Jr. Then he beat he got the belts from, what was the guy's name? Arsen, I don't remember how to pronounce his last name, but it was Arsen something, where he was able to win the cruiserweight belt. And after that, he beat up CBS, and he did okay versus the Cuban guy, Dorticos. It was a really good bout. I just feel like it wasn't Zurdo's best performance. I believe Zurdo's best performance in the cruiserweight division has been against CBS, Christian Billiam Smith. I believe that's where he shined. I believe if he fights like that, he definitely has a chance of beating David Benavidez. But again, David Benavidez is the Mexican monster for a reason. He's a very come-forward type of guy, has a lot of pressure. These guys know each other from sparring. So they somewhat know each other's moves. They've been friends for years. So who knows how this fight's going to go. I'm not going to say that David Benavidez is going to walk through Zurdo, but I believe He is a younger, fresher fighter. He is in his prime, and he's hungry, to be the face of boxing. So I am going to give him the edge on that. But again, I am not counting on Zurdo Ramirez. He is an amazing fighter, and he is great at boxing. He knows how to punch he knows how to punch within traffic. If somebody's coming at him. He showed that against Chris Billum Smith Jr. And yeah, like I said, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see for tonight. I'm super excited, and I can't wait for this fight. So let's go, Viva Mexico, like they say, no?